Hey guys, this is Jerry. This is going to be the second stand for the Xi'an Auto Show. We're going to have a look at other brands. I'm going to leave on the screen. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Now the first stand is GAC Toyota. So this is different from the other Toyota we just had a look on the first video. This is the kind of, we name it Southern Toyota. We got Camry, we got Waylander, which is another RAV4 basically. We got Sienna, which is kind of similar to the Grandia. And over here, what we've got, we've got the Jibo 3X. So this is called BZ3X, but this is a pure electric vehicle. They only sell in the Chinese market. This is kind of similar to a GAC Ion, like a SUV. So very different from what you're gonna say, and they're not available in the overseas market. But let's have a quick look at the BZ3X. All right, we'll have a look at the BZ3X. So according to the salesperson, the starting price of this is just over 100,000 Chinese yuan, which is really cheap, but of course the range topping spec goes over 260,000 Chinese yuan. Still a medium-sized SUV, but it's relatively long. It's over 4.7 meters according to the brochure. Very long wheelbase. You can see the second row is just stretched, so much legroom overall. This is based on the GAC Ion, like I can't remember the name, but it's just the same platform, same battery, but different vehicle, different interior, everything. We open this looks like nothing like Toyota, I'll be honest with you, apart from the Toyota logo. Dashboard, again, everything feels like a Chinese vehicle that would have. Center console while it's charging over here. Dashboard. Let's step inside. I want to show you what it looks like from the inside, because this is actually really cool. It's just mainly for Chinese market. They're not going to be sold in the New Zealand market or overseas market, as far as we can see right now. Push button start, dashboard. It's got connections for phones and everything. It's not bad. It's not bad for Toyota, to be fair. I've seen this on the road. They just released this, I think, this year sometime. Yeah, the build quality feels good. Over here feels good. Panel feels good. So yeah, you can expect this from a Chinese-made Toyota in terms of build quality, everything like that. Now the boot opens here. Spacious boot, not bad at all, but not as big as the vehicle dimension suggests. You got storage underneath, which is okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the BZ3X. Would you like to see this in the overseas market? Let us know in the comments. We have the Highlander, which is still sells relatively okay, but they are falling short compared to some other Chinese markets. This is the Frontlander. This is basically a crawler cross, but in another way. Again, they have southern, northern Toyotas. They have to do different models because using the same platform. And next time we are going to say is Lynk Co. So Lynk Co is different from any other brand. This is under the Geely group. They are competing with something like a slightly budget-friendly vehicles. They got sports vehicles, they got pure electric vehicles, they've got plug-in hybrids. They're not available in the New Zealand market, but you may find some vehicles under the Zeekr group that shares very similar chassis and similar platform. This is the Z10, so this shares a very similar chassis against the Zeekr 007, I think. It's a sporty-looking sedan. Again, relatively inexpensive, pure electric. Beautiful interior, not going to doubt any build qualities on the Zeekr brand. Very nice materials, and yeah, the steering feels very like the Zeekr vehicle as well, but they are selling this as slightly cheaper than the Zeekr, so yeah, that's where the focus is. I think the vehicle is still going to be about 5 meters long, so it's not a small vehicle in any way and shape and form. Look at the interior again. I just can't get over the Geely interior. They are just really unique, really cool looking. Flat bottom over here, small steering, you get the space for the head up, and slim dashboard, but big screen in the center. Frameless doors, by the way. Now the Lynk Co Z10 is kind of the vehicle that competes with things like sporty vehicles like Golf GTI, something like that. 03 has 03 Plus. They do also have 03 TCR, something like that. A sporty track vehicle sort of thing. Yeah, again, cool looking car. They used to sell really well in China. All the young generations really want something like this. They've got very cool interior, of course. So yeah, let's look at the interior. Yeah, this has been updated compared to the one I've seen about a few years ago. Slightly bigger dashboard, bigger center screen. The old one or the previous generation one used to be really sporty, everything feels really tight. The new one feels more of an electric car now, but this is a petrol vehicle, 2-liter turbo with plenty of horsepower, I think. So yeah, that's a cool car. It's again sporty sedan or hatchback, whatever you want to call it. It's a small sedan overall. The boot size is quite long, but they are not super, let's say, luxurious, but they are not super big or anything like that. Now, the next car we're going to see is called Lynk Co Z20. This is basically same chassis, same platform as the Zeekr X, which is available in the Australian market right now, or the Volvo EX30, sorry. So a little bit more coupe shape compared to the Zeekr X, slightly longer than the Zeekr X as well. But yeah, the overall design is quite cool. And then power tailgate. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking car. I have to say this is a cool looking car. Whether you are female or male, you do think this car is a little bit more attractive. Pure electric car, of course. There's no plug-in hybrids or any thoughts. This is, yeah, it's just overall a very nice, cool looking vehicle. Again, relatively inexpensive in the Chinese market. I think the starting price is about $40,000 or so for New Zealand dollar, by the way. Now, this is the big car. This is called a Lynk Co 900. This is just being released on the Shanghai Motor Show. This is the big 7 seats in terms of SUV shape, plug-in hybrids or range extended EVs, whatever you want to call it. It's a very cool looking design. You can see the lines at the front, absolutely no grille, but they got a digital display over here. There is LED stripe over here. You can display, project many things. Of course, while you're driving, you cannot do that. It's only available when the vehicle stays stationary. It's a really cool car. Everyone jump inside this one and the other one. It's going to be hard to get inside the vehicle. So this vehicle is over 5 meters long. It's a big 7 seats or 6 seats, whatever you want to configure that. It's a EMP, so smart hybrid vehicle. Plug-in hybrid, by the way, 1.5-liter turbo plug-in hybrid or 2-liter turbo plug-in hybrids. The max amount of power on the top spec is going to be 650 kilowatts, and the 0 to 100 kilometers speed is as quick as the 4.3 seconds. So huge, actually. So EV range can be as long as about 280 kilometers under the CLTC range. The rear seats can also be like a bench seats, like this one. That's really cool. Look at the picture. But that's the Rolls-Royce stand, isn't it? I don't think the base model will have that. Now, before everyone else gets inside, let's have a look at the front. Whoa. So the interior feels, again, just like a polished version of anything else. The interior feels cool. The dashboard is a small display panel, but you do get a big head-up display panel over here. Now, this is a dual screen. So you get the passenger screen, you get the driver screen over here. Just look at the screen. Jeez. So you can do dual screens, as the salesperson is saying. Yeah, you can do dual screens. They can watch a TV, you can watch a program on the other side. I can watch things on this side. There's so many things. Navigation, you get cooling, warming, refrigerators, volume over here. That just feels really polished. And center console over here, everything quality-wise, so good. You have no shy of things. Just look at the 360 camera. That's so cool. You can touch that to control whatever you want. Jeez, that's really cool car. And oh, someone is touching my massaging seats, by the way. I'm doing a massage. You can even do a chair seats, like a relaxation seats. You can get inside the third row just with the touch of a button. It's all electric controlled for the front and for the back. Oh, you can turn it around as well. What the? Look at that. You can turn it around. You can do the lounge seats sort of thing. Wow. I've just noticed there's running boards over here, electric running boards, by the way. You can see the you can see the turning around seats at the back. That's just cool. somehow the back seats can be even tilted. You can see the right seats is a little bit tilted compared to the left one. Wow. Look at that seats. That's so cool. You can literally sit here and chat with someone in the back. I think you may be able to option a table at the front, but this vehicle does not have it. Sham blinds, Harman Kardon speakers, ambient lightings, everything's over there. That's the door opener, by the way. All right, now that's the Lynk & Co brand. Now next one, we have the Nissan brand. Nissan is still really popular in China. This is the Pathfinder. Looks absolutely different from the New Zealand version of the Pathfinder. The interior is also really different. Wheels, designs, everything is different. And the other one, we have the Altima. Why is that called Altima? I've got no idea, because that looks like a Qashqai to me. But yeah, that's the Altima. Oh, that's the Qashqai Altima version, I think. Now next one, the biggest star on the Nissan stand is going to be the Nissan N7. This is a brand new pure electric sedan that's available under Nissan vehicle, Nissan brand. It looks nothing like all the other Nissans we're going to see. At the front, LED shape over here, some contrast over here as well. I think you may personalize them if you're not moving the vehicle. On the side, chunky wheels. Over here, it does look like a little bit slopey sports sedan shape, but it's a traditional sedan looking. The vehicle dimension is about 4.9 meters long. It is definitely a medium-sized sedan overall. At the back, again, running Nissan logos with the running Nissan bars over here. Let's see if we can open this up. I don't think we can. Now the boot opens from electric buttons. It's a standard lift open sedan looking. Deep storage, you can see the length. And underneath, there's a small storage over here. So still plenty of storage. And the vehicle has two battery sizes. The largest battery will get over 600 kilometers under the CLTC cycle. I think that's going to be land about 450 to 500 kilometers and under the WLTP range. Seats looks really comfy. They are special leather seats. Everything just feels really solid, as you can expect from the Nissan build quality. Over here, friendly doors again, flash looking door handles in case you haven't seen that. Let's have a look at the back. Now the front seats is quite far back, by the way. I'm 178 centimeters tall. I've got great amount of legroom overall. The full floor is very limited, unfortunately. The seats are raised quite high up. The chassis, because the battery chassis, it's very limited. Over here, USB-C charging, air vents. The armrest over here feels really nice. Feels just premium. The back seats are really premium too. I think they got lifted level over here. The headrooms are okay. On the top is a sunglass over here, but there's no bind on the top, by the way. Now let's get into another vehicle. So we are going to see what the interior looks like. So steering looks really nice. It's chunky, it's a leather finish. Over here, that's like a 15-inch display. Heaps of things you can control and so many adjustments, of course. There's voice command, there's 360 camera, there's also things like central locking controls and navigation that's all built in with the satellite navigation with the on-time traffic. They are also available with the heated, cooling and the massage seats. The seats is the talking point of this vehicle. Nissan's famous for its sofa leather seats. So yeah, they're just really premium. Cool thing about the seats configuration is there are so many adjustments about the support. You can see the seats goes at the base and also at the back. So it goes sort of wave gesture. You can change that. I can do my one on the same side. That's just really cool. So yeah, seats is the talking point of this car. I think the driving part, we'll find out. Hopefully I'll be able to drive this at some point when I go back to my city. But yeah, the interior feels really nice. Leather material over here and also wireless phone charging, resting pad, storage underneath, two cup holders. They're relatively small. Open from here, you got fridge, by the way. You can do refrigerator. You can make a cold drink and things like that. You can do quick heat up as well. So yeah, that's the cool thing about the new Nissan N7. What do you think? Do you like this sort of vehicle? Let us know in the comment down below. Now, apart from the other Nissans, we got the cheap Nissans, the Nissan Sylphy. This is the classic Sylphy. This is just a really basic vehicle, but they still sells really a lot of them in China. There's many people who need this car as super basic cars, and when you look at this, everything's basic. There's no many buttons on the steering, fabric seats, manual adjustments, handbrake, And there's no even unit over here. There's no even radio unit. Guess what? These cars start at really cheap price, and that's what makes them being one of the most popular sedans in the Chinese market. It's got okay pickup. It's really slow, by the way. It's got okay styling. It's just, yeah, it's really basic, but it kind of meets many people's needs as a basic petrol vehicle. But if you want a slightly more expensive, you can go to the new Sylphy, which is a little bit more in premium, but a little more stylish. And then when you look at it, maybe a little bit more polished, but still, it's fairly basic compared to all the other Chinese EVs, even at the same price point. And then last one, we still sell the old X-Trail. So the new X-Trail has been out in the overseas market, has been out everywhere, but there are still old X-Trail being in production in the Chinese market. And guess what? There's still people buying them. That's the whole thing about Chinese market. You are spoiled by all the other premium brands, luxury cars and everything, but people still would buy the cheap Nissan old version cars. And that's the cool thing about Nissan brand in its Chinese market, in its Chinese positioning. Now the next brand is Buick, and guess what? They still exist in China. Sedans are not so popular, EVs and hybrids are not that popular at the moment. Their most popular car, and still the most popular car under the Buick group, is still going to be the GL8. It used to be a luxury MPV or family MPV. The newer version is better in many ways. This is the new Buick logo in China, by the way. There are so many configurations for the GL8. You can buy one from like 40, 50 US dollars all the way to maybe 100,000 US dollars equivalent. There's so many versions you can buy. There's so many configurations you can buy. And they're not bad. They're not a bad car. Let's look at the interior of this one. This is I think the expensive one. This is broken. But yeah, the interior feels really good. Yeah, this is the sort of air seats, and this is the interior. Yeah, just dual screen, quite simple. The GL8 has always been fairly reliable, very premium, very sort of business focused on many variants. Yeah, this one has massage and cooling seats, I think. Yeah. Buick also have different SUVs, different sedans. They're getting less and less popular, taking a lot of chunk from the Chinese manufacturers. And this one is the Buick E5, which is a sort of large, medium-sized SUV. This is a pure electric. They sell okay. They're not the most popular, but they sell okay. Let's see if we can open this up. Again, dashboard, I love that. Look at the dashboard. That's a cool dashboard. It's wrapped around you. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I don't think this is being sold anywhere else in the world apart from the Chinese market. Steering feels really cool. Dashboard feels relatively cool. I don't know how it drives. I'm not sure if I will be able to test this. But yeah, rear seats, look at that. Leg room is huge. And let's see the boot. Boot is not bad, actually. Surprisingly, it's quite good. Heaps of space underneath, storage, heaps of space. This is cheaper than Tesla Model Y and many other similar vehicles in the Chinese market. And they sell okay, actually. Starting price, or even just a firm price offer, like a Toyota in New Zealand, 169,000 Chinese yuan. It's not a bad looking car for the interior. For the front, maybe not a big fan. Now this is the truck brand. I don't know much about it. Let's skip to Lynk Co. So Lynk Co is another premium brand that sells and focuses on the Chinese and North American market quite a bit. They still have their special place. They've got large SUVs, they've got small SUVs, they've got beautiful sedans. They don't sell that many, but they just really focuses on their numbers. They're not going to be super high-end compared to premium brands like Mercedes, BMW and all the things. They are very similar priced against each other, but Lynk Co just have their special place in some Chinese markets. And this one, the Lynk Co Z, which is a luxury medium-sized sedan, competes with something like a 5 Series, I think, starts at just around 189,000 Chinese yuan. It's still cheap, actually, cheaper than I thought. So yeah, not bad vehicle. Yeah, special vehicle, not going to be popular, but you are going to see them on the northern part of China quite a bit, actually. Now the next brand is the Jeep. So they're still selling their old cars, or relatively old cars. Jeep Wrangler, and this has been out for many years, and the Grand Cherokee that's been out for a few years. They really haven't done much improvements over the years, but they are still selling and being, you know, very like off-road focused. But a lot of their market has been taken by things like Tank 300, things like Beijing motor vehicles. Now the next one is this is called 212. This is another off-road focused, rugged looking machines. Again, you can see the design cues from Jeep Wrangler. Their stand is literally by the Jeep Wrangler. So yeah, it's a big chunky off-roader. I don't see them that often. They got T01. I think that's one called T03 or something like that. I've got not much knowledge available on them, but yeah, they are just another pure off-roader vehicles. It kind of reminds me of something like a Ionos, is that what you call it? Yeah, just a combination of something that make it off-roader. I think this is just a pure petrol power, maybe plug-in hybrids. Now this is the interior, how it looks like. Steering really feels like a Jeep Wrangler, but tablet screen does nothing like the Jeep Wrangler. But yeah, again, off-road brand is actually getting popular in China because many people are doing off-road adventures. And yeah, there's a place for this vehicle, and that's why they have many vehicles available, many brands. These are new brands, I don't know much about them, and let's go to the next one. Now the next brand is called Jetta. In case you don't know this brand, Volkswagen used to have a vehicle called Volkswagen Jetta. They've been so popular, very budget friendly in China. Now they start their Jetta brand. It's quite funny how they started all the brands. So that's the logo they're going to use. All their cars has very similar platform, chassis, and even the motor from the Volkswagen group, but they are Chinese market only. Jetta VS7, they have VS5, VA7 or VA7, something like that. So yeah, they're all relatively inexpensive. For example, medium-sized SUV like that, like a Volkswagen T-Roc, is only costing starting from $69,000, which is about what, 15,000 New Zealand dollars or something like that. It's really inexpensive and very cool actually. Now, next one we have the Honda. Just like the Toyota, they have Northern Toyota, Southern Toyota. This is the Southern Honda. And there's another Northern Honda, by the way. We have Vezo. Vezo is basically XRV, but again, there's XRV for the Northern Honda. And then we have Odyssey. Odyssey still do hybrid. We have the Accord. These cars still sell really well. There's a lot of Honda customer base. This is Breeze. Breeze is basically a CRV, but in a Southern Honda platform, Southern Honda look overall. So the interior looks just like the CRV, but slightly different specs, slightly different things. You are going to see this on many Chinese brands and overall. Integra, this is basically the Honda Civic, but Integra in this name. They all finishing different sort of look and things. Grace, I think this is maybe the Honda Pilot in the North American market. Avancia, this is only available in New Zealand market, in the Chinese market, by the way. This is the big 5-seater. I've ride this in one of these vehicles. They're available in 1.5 turbo or 2-liter turbo. Quite nice, very spacious, very comfy, huge interior, very cool looking car. But yeah, we're not going to focus on that today. Now, last part of the Stadium Tour, we are going to have a few premium brands. The first one is the Volvo. Volvo does sell an MPV into the Chinese market. This is called EM90. Very luxury premium MPV available in the Chinese market. This is similar chassis, similar platform as the Zeekr 009. A bit more expensive, a bit more luxurious, and yeah, very unique looking design. Again, only in China. Next, we have the XC40, still very popular in China. EX30, I've driven this in New Zealand market. XC60, which is still a long-going motor, long-going vehicle. Next one is the all-new XC90. They changed a few things, but still remains relatively competitive, similar in terms of chassis design. Very cool looking. This is the plug-in hybrid. That's the standard petrol version, I think. I love the new grille, actually. The new grille looks really cool. The new light looks really cool as well. And the interior, again, feels quite posh, feels quite premium. So yeah, overall is a nice experience for the new XC90. We are going to see this in the New Zealand market. I'm not sure I will be able to drive one, but yeah, we will see. And then next one is the S60, S90. Unlike other markets, these two cars are still popular, or fairly popular, competing with things like BMW 5 Series and BMW 7 Series overall. They still sell plenty of these in China, and since their price is really good, and yeah, good, cool brands. Next stand we have the Audi. I don't think we need to focus on that much, but the new one, the A5L, is going to the show of this stand. Unlike the overseas market, all the Audi vehicles are going to be called L, so it's a long wheelbase. A5L, you got the old A4L and things like that, Q5L, so they're all long wheelbase, and you can see this vehicle is extra long compared to what you are going to see in the overseas market. This is a cool looking car, and yeah, very, very unique interior. Hopefully we'll be able to see this in New Zealand. I think the prototype or something like that is in the New Zealand market. As you can see, we found the A4L. Now here we have the Q2L. Again, everything is long wheelbase on the Chinese vehicles, because you're not gonna want a small car in some way, since you are paying such a premium on all these cars. We have the Q5L over there, and yeah, everything is just a long wheelbase. Not gonna focus on Audi today. Next stand we have the Cadillac. So I believe Cadillac is officially back in New Zealand now. The Enyaq or Lyric, sorry, the Lyric is the pure electric vehicle that they got in the New Zealand market. So yeah, that's the pure electric version. Very different from what you can see on the New Zealand market. I don't think they have the same spec, but yeah, Cadillac still available in the petrol powered. CT5 is a sporty sedan over here. Quite cool looking car. I've never driven one, but I'd love to drive one. CT6 is a luxury premium mid-size sedans or mid to large size sedans. Again, they still sell really well. They are competing with something like a BMW, Mercedes, Audis and things. Interior, the wraparound screen looks like what's from the Buick company, isn't it? And over here, the large SUV called XT5. Again, very luxurious like SUV. Very strong like grille and very sharp design grille look. I always loved how the Cadillac does its grille designs, and even the interior feels really cool. This is the new interior for the XT5, more like a Q5 sort of type of competitor. Again, wraparound screens, piano black buttons. Yeah, the interior feels nice. Yeah, it feels definitely premium on the level compared to some like the German brands. All right, that'll do for the stand tour. I'm gonna take a short break and we're going to head to stand 3. So that's gonna be in the next video. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like if you find the video helpful.